Okay, assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all of you. So for today we will proceed with a new chapter, chapter 7, known as a redox reaction. Okay, so when you deal with a redox reaction, meaning that you will deal with a oxidation and also reduction reaction process. So reduction and oxidation combined become a redox reaction. This is the learning outcome. So where at the end of this chapter, you should be able to, first one, you need to explain about redox reaction, okay, about oxidation and reduction. So can identify the electron transfer reactions, and then you need the third one, you need to know how to calculate the oxidation number for the assigned compounds of the underlined of atoms in the substance or compounds. And then the fourth one is you need to be able to balance the redox equations using electron method in acidic solution. While the fifth one, these things is kita removekan for basic solution kita removekan because it is out of syllabus. Last semester syllabus, it has the for basic solution punya balance in basic solution punya method, but this times for this semester we remove this fifth subtopic. So actually the first part you will need to know to explain about redox reaction. So what you need to be able to define the oxidation and also reduction by using a few terms, which is after this I will teach you. Okay, so for redox and basic concepts, um, for oxidation and reduction, they are opposites. They occur together in a chemical reaction. Both of the reaction need to be occur simultaneously dalam satu reaction tersebut. They can be defined in terms of oxygen, hydrogen, and electron. So here you need to know, you need to identify whether the oxygen number is gain or lose the oxygen number, the hydrogen number, and also the electron number. While oxidation number are very useful in deciding, amongst other things, which chemical species are being oxidized or reduced in a chemical reactions. So first we proceed with the terms of oxygen. So for oxidation reaction, so when we deal with the oxygen, meaning that you will have the number of oxygen will gain. So for example, from carbon plus oxygen, so for carbon there is no oxygen there, it's alone. When you add oxygen, it will become the carbon dioxide, so gaining of number of oxygen in carbon punya structure. Other example is we refer to magnesium. So magnesium here, add oxygen, then you will have magnesium oxide as your punya product. So you gain number of oxygen. For reduction reaction, so loss of oxygens. So from here we have a ferric oxide Fe2O3. So at the first stage it has 3 oxygen atom in the structure, but then with loss of oxygen it became the iron alone, ferrum. In masa zaman sekolah you guna ferrum kan, so in English we call it the iron solid only. Okay, that one akan berlakunya reduction process for ferric oxide. Same goes to copper oxide. So first you have the copper oxide. It has a 2 oxygen atom in the substance, but then after the reactions, so it will became the copper only, so it lost the number of oxygen. So in terms of electron transfer, so from here you can see that the loss of electron for oxidation process. So magnesium minus 2 electron to have the product which is magnesium ion 2 plus. Alright, this is the above equation for above equation known as a half equation. So meaning that if let's say the question asks you to give the half equation for the oxidation and reduction reaction, so you need to give the half equation with the presence of the electron. Meanwhile, for reduction, it will have a gain number of electron. So for example, aluminium 3 plus 3 electron, it will become aluminium alone. Because remember here, electron charge of electron is negative. So meaning that if, for example, like here for aluminium 3 plus, so you have 3 electron. 3 electron. So plus dengan 3 plus from aluminium charge, so we will have 0. For aluminium here, there is no charge, so meaning that the oxidation number of this aluminium is 0. Alright, so oxidation number of that particular aluminium is 0. So both sides of the equation must be equivalence, which is if let's say at left hand side you have a positive 3, meanwhile for right hand side also need to have the positive 3 or negative 3, so in order to balance the electron. It's very useful. Nanti you akan belajar untuk buat to balance the electron method in acidic form. Memang benda ni sangat penting. Okay, then we proceed about agent that we use present in this redox reaction known as the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So oxidizing agent is electron acceptor, while reducing agent is electron donor. So it takes electron from another substance, while for reducing it gives electron to another substance. So for example here, I want to identify the agent, reducing agent or oxidizing agent. So the first one, from the equation, zinc solid plus copper 2 plus ion in aqueous medium produce zinc 2 plus ion in aqueous medium plus copper as a solid. So dalam kes ni kita tengok siapa yang berlakunya oxidation. Alright, so either zinc or copper. So kalau tengok kat sini, you kena refer kepada electron lah. Tadi kita ada 3 terms kan yang kita guna pakai untuk identify whether that process or reaction classified under oxidation or reduction. Okay, for this one, zinc metal give up electron and slowly dissolve. So meaning that zinc akan berlaku oxidation. Oxidation number of zinc here is 0. Bila tak ada charge tu maksudnya dia ada neutral. Neutral adalah charge dia 0 sahaja. Zinc 2 plus is positive 2. So you gain number of electron. Okay, so that's why this zinc to zinc ion will be oxidation reaction. While copper 2 plus will became from 2 plus became 0, so meaning that it lost 2 of electron, so that's why classified as a reduction reaction. Okay, so when we want to classify the agent, so since zinc is oxidized, undergo the oxidation reaction into zinc ion, so zinc will act as a reducing agent, while copper 2 plus will act as an oxidizing agent. So in this redox reaction, reducing agent undergoes oxidation, while the oxidizing agent undergoes reduction reaction. So this is the overall equation. Okay, so I already stated here about zinc will act as a reducing agent, copper 2 plus will act as an oxidizing agent. And then what is the reaction that happen for zinc and also copper 2 ion, which is oxidation and reduction. Okay, we proceed here for exercise. So you need to determine the oxidizing agent and reducing agent in the following reaction. Okay, so nanti saya minta you all bagi jawapan kat saya during class. You kena respond dalam WhatsApp group. Siapa akan jadi oxidizing agent, siapa akan jadi reducing agent. So anyone boleh bagi jawapan yang tertentu pada saya, nanti saya akan ia akan membantulah untuk kawan awak faham. So for example, A stannum 2 plus, I will give an example for question A only, and B and C you need to do by yourself. So stannum 2 plus 2 Fe3 plus became Sn4 plus 2 Fe2 plus. So in this case, siapa yang akan jadi akan involve the undergoes the oxidation reaction. So nampak jelas kat sini, gaining of number of electrons. Stannum 2 plus became 4 plus, so dia panggil sebagai oxidation reaction. So meaning that here gain number of electron, while iron T plus will undergoes reaction. So because from 3 plus reduced to 2 plus, so minus 1, so there loss of electron number. Tu balik tulis. Okay, so siapa yang akan act as a reducing agent? Stannum. So here you need to write down properly. So Sn2 plus Sn2 plus act as a reducing agent. Meanwhile, you have another one, 2Fe3 plus will act as a oxidizing agent. Okay, for B and C, you need to try by your own, and then we will discuss. Okay, next we proceed with this important part, which is oxidation number. Okay, the charge the atom would have in a molecule or an ionic compound if electron were completely transferred. So there is 6 things that you need to know. So for free elements, uncombined state, or all the elements placed in your periodic table, okay, the oxidation number is 0. So because that one is an element, free element. For monoatomic ion yang ada dalam periodic table tu, kalau dia jadi ion, okay, for example group 1A will have a positive 1, group 2A you have positive 2, depends on also for group B, for example the transition metal Fe3 plus, you have positive 3, oxygen you have minus 2. Okay, for oxygen, the oxidation number is usually negative 2, but sometimes in peroxide, H2O2, and oxygen gas, it will have a negative 1. For the oxidation number of hydrogen is plus 1, except when it is bonded to a metal in binary compound. In these cases, the oxidation number of hydrogen will be negative 1. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, group 1A metals and group 2A will have the positive 1 or positive 2, while fluorine is always negative 1, the oxidation number for these 3 types of element or group. And then the sum of the oxidation number of all the atom in the molecule or ion is equal to the charge of the molecule or ion. So if let's say, for example, in this case, you have the HCO3 minus, so the overall or the sum of the oxidation number in total is negative 1. So here diminta pada awak untuk each of all the element involved in this compound. So first we need to find for hydrogen. So for hydrogen, you need to plus carbon is -4. Okay, carbon is -4. So plus oxygen is -2 times dengan 3 equal to -1. So here you will have hydrogen is equal to okay, in this case carbon dia minta pada awak kan, plus 4. So boleh juga lah, so boleh kira lah satu-satu kat situ. And then here I will give you the example of the elements that you need to find out the oxidation number for underlying element only. So for example, sodium you have +1, oxygen is -2, potassium you have a +1, oxygen is -2, times sahaja you akan dapat total dia. So but this assigned compound is a for the sum of the charge is 0, total is 0. So for the third one, I nak minta you buat cari untuk iodine, I. Okay, later you will find these things by your own. And then this is the exercise to find out the oxidation number also for since you have the compound that have the sum number of oxidation number is differ. For example, for sulfate ion, you have 2 minus, sulfur trioxide, you have also 2 minus, potassium is 0, manganese you have 2 minus. Okay, that's all for chapter 7a. So here, great things never come from comfort zone. So you need to do an exercise, and then you need to ask a question, lot of question if let's say you don't understand what I'm teaching about, and then in order to make sure you will get more valuable knowledge. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.